Is it time to buy or sell Schwab US Dividend Equity Exchange Traded Fund? In this video, we will explore Schwab US Dividend Equity Exchange Traded Fund in depth. Our initial report was published on our website on Friday, the 12th of September, 2025, and now we are here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You do not want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Harness the power of AI and receive free price predictions and in-depth analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Since August 12, 2025, our system has ranked the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF as a buy candidate, assigning it a score of 1.14. Now, let's examine the ETF's performance during this time frame. The ETF has experienced a gain of 1.4%. This equates to an average daily return of 0.06% since its classification as a buy candidate. The exchange-traded fund is positioned within a narrow and weak upward trend in the short term, indicating the potential for further increases within this trend. The current 3-month trend suggests a possible change of approximately 3.63% over the next 3 months, with expected returns ranging between 1.22% and 6.24%. In terms of the longer term, our 12-month analysis projects a change of negative 6.70%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could vary from negative 20.36% to negative 5.49% over the coming year. In today's terms, this would estimate the future price to be somewhere between $21.88 and $25.97. Our latest daily update for the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF features the headline, Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF upgraded to buy candidate. The Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF price decreased by 0.87% on the last trading day, which was Friday, the 12th of September 2025, dropping from $27.72 to $27.48 during that trading day. The ETF fluctuated by 0.91%, reaching a low of $27.48 and a high of $27.73. The price has shown volatility during this period, resulting in a loss of 1.22% over the last 2 weeks. Notably, the trading volume increased by 1 million shares on that day, despite the decline in prices. This could serve as an early warning, indicating a slight increase in risk over the coming days. In total, 14 million shares were traded, amounting to approximately $397,760,000. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of the ETF was $29.72, while the lowest price was $23.87. Currently, the price sits at 7.54%, or $2.24, below the 52-week high, and 66.38%, or $54.26, below the all-time high recorded on January 14, 2022, when the price peaked at $81.74. Recent coverage highlights SCHD as a leading beneficiary if markets shift from overvalued technology stocks back to defensive, dividend-paying blue-chip companies. Analysts point out SCHD's significant presence, with assets totaling approximately $69 billion and a portfolio that leans towards consumer defensive and healthcare sectors. Additionally, its dividend yield, trading above its 10-year average and close to 3.9%, makes it an appealing option for income, especially as growth stocks are priced at high multiples. With the economic landscape indicating slowing growth, heightened inflation risks, and discussions of stagflation, dividend and value exchange traded funds are receiving renewed interest as potential stabilizers. In the short term, this narrative could drive fund inflows and support SCHD's price if investors transition from momentum investing to seeking income and stability. However, a widespread market sell-off or prolonged higher interest rates could still exert pressure on the fund's net asset value and compress its valuations. Over the long term, SCHD's low expenses, substantial asset base, and emphasis on high-quality dividend payers position it to provide consistent income and defensive performance. That said, Total returns will depend on factors such as dividend growth, interest rate trends, and whether value stocks regain sustained popularity. The following signals have been identified for Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. A sell signal was issued from a pivot top point on Friday, August 22, 2025, and so far it has declined by 1.68%. Further decline is anticipated until a new bottom pivot is established. Additionally, there is currently a sell signal from the 3-month Moving Average Convergence Divergence, or MACD. Volume increased on falling prices yesterday, which may serve as an early warning, indicating that the ETF should be monitored more closely. Some positive signals have also emerged, which could potentially influence short-term developments. The Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF holds a sell signal from the short-term moving average. However, there is a buy signal from the long-term average. Since the short-term average is above the long-term average, there is an overall buy signal for the ETF, suggesting a positive outlook. Should there be further gains, the ETF will encounter resistance from the short-term moving average at approximately $27.56. Conversely, as it declines, the ETF will find some support from the long-term average at around $27.32. A breakout through the short-term average will trigger a buy signal, whereas a breakdown below the long-term average will result in a sell signal. Here are some additional signals you might find intriguing. The Moving Average Convergence Divergence indicates a sell signal. Pivots suggest a sell signal from 15 days ago. Bollinger Analysis shows a buy signal from 15 days ago. The short-term moving average presents a buy signal from 3 days ago. The long-term moving average indicates a buy signal from 24 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages suggests a buy signal from 21 days ago. Examining the 12-month chart reveals the short moving average indicates a buy signal from 3 days ago. The long-term moving average shows a buy signal from 30 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages suggests a buy signal from 49 days ago. For more signals, remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us. Support, risk, and stop loss for Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. Schwab US Dividend Equity finds support from accumulated volume at $27.31. This level may present a buying opportunity as an upward reaction is anticipated when the support is tested. Generally, this exchange-traded fund exhibits very controlled movements, and given its good liquidity, the risk is regarded as very low. Over the past day, the ETF fluctuated by 250 cents between its high and low, which is approximately 0.91%. For the past week, the ETF has experienced an average daily volatility of 0.96%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. In case of an upward trend, the first resistance level for Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF is at $27.51. If you do not own any shares, you may want to wait for this level to be breached before entering a position. For those already holding the ETF, this could be a level to consider for swing trading. On the downside, Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF encounters its first support level at $27.31. If this support level holds, it could be a good entry point, anticipating a rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $26.52. Reflecting a decrease of 3.48%. This exchange-traded fund exhibits very low daily movements, resulting in minimal risk. Additionally, a sell signal has been identified from a pivot top that occurred 14 days ago. Is Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF a good buy? Several signals and indicators are currently negative, and we believe this will impact the development over the next several days and possibly weeks. However, we think that today's level presents a potential buying opportunity and anticipate that the price will increase during or at the conclusion of this 3-month period. As a result, we have upgraded our analysis conclusion for this ETF from a hold to a buy candidate since our last evaluation. After examining the volatility and movements from the previous trading day, our systems indicate that the current price is undervalued. For trading on Monday, September 15th, we expect Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF to open higher by approximately 8.3 cents and commence trading at $27.56. We would like to remind you that trading carries a significant risk of financial loss. It is advisable to consult with a financial advisor before making any decisions regarding the purchase or sale of securities. Your investment choices should not be solely based on the information provided by StockInvest.us. By utilizing this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment decisions. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. With warm regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.